Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Rakshamam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Parimam. Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Sri Ganesha, Rakshamam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Parimam. Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Jai Ganesha, Parimam.
First idea was to bring you back here together, okay? And that's the first step, okay? So that we start to have, it's the unity that makes the strength. I always said one head can only do so much. 2 heads a little bit more, 10 heads a little bit more. Since you have so many heads now, and all of us, I'm sure, acquire a certain amount of experience, a certain amount of knowledge in life. You're not just a bunch of kids, you know, like Swami Vishnu used to deal with us, which probably still are, in his own comparison, no doubt. I still feel like a child. But somehow little experience is there, is to give a momentum. Okay, and the idea is for next year to bring all the TTCs. It will be impossible, we know that, because from 1969, people died, people changed address, God knows where they are, okay? But it might be snowball around, okay? Maybe someone should sit together and give a team. The team is that we spoke with Father John. I mean, it just still cloudy idea, okay, because it happened last 2 days. Is to determine where yoga could go on the next few years, so to speak, okay? Now, this question has been asked for many people many times. And it comes down to us as individuals, okay? Remember the story of Swami Vishnu told us about changing a cotton cloth that's it comes down to that. Now, the effects of that cannot be judged. How far and why the teaching of Swami Sivananda and Swami Vishnu went, they only know. I cannot judge or assess the impact that this has had in society. I can tell you for India, sometimes embassy are coming and consulate are coming and say, what's going on in Nayardam? We hear a lot of people that want visa from my country. Okay, so that's indirectional, okay? But obviously it is affecting people in society. How deep, how much, only God knows. Maybe for the TTC next year, we'll have because they'll be probably coming from all over the world. Now, right now in India, we have people coming from Uzbekistan, Tibet, Shanghai, Beijing, some places in the East Russia, God knows for some, I can't even pronounce the name. When we have the universal prayer in the morning, we request people now to recite the universal prayer in their own vernacular, in their own language. So we have about 33 different languages. Some of them say, you know, it's like Greek, so to speak. Well, even though we are Greeks and Chinese, but some of the languages, we don't know what they are. And they tell you, okay, this language is language. So obviously the message is spreading far and wide, okay? But we don't know how far. So with the TTC, we'll have an assessment of how far, a little bit, feel the pulse, or how far the mission of Swami Vishnu went, okay? And at that time, maybe we should prepare to give them a direction, okay? But also come back as individual to us, to set an example. That's why we can go. Otherwise, we can't become a bunch of missionaries, saying, here we go, ba, 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 ba. Yeah, I heard it before, and I'm a little bit fed up about the whole story. But with our own example, we can set up something new. Now, how to exactly define it, I don't have a clear idea myself, honest to God, okay? What can you say? This way, Swami Srinivasan, for instance, at the ranch, is doing something good. He's doing this water, what do you call it? Permaculture, which is good, okay? But permaculture is not going to save society, okay? These are little palliative. Do you understand palliative? They're little things, you know. To my knowledge, to tell you the truth, okay, what I think is, at this stage, okay, in order to do something for society, it's only technology can do it. But when I say technology, I'm not talking about these gadgets. I'm talking about technology was available already in the 1930s with Tesla and Marconi, that they could create an organic machine to get what we call today, still going on, zero flow energy, which is the ether. Now they had a car in 1930 that could be 90 miles per hour, absolutely silent, absolutely no engine whatsoever, just with an antenna. Okay? They had, Marconi went to the Pope in Rome, said, I can knock off an airplane just with this machine. And he did it. And the Pope said, please don't do mankind is not. Meaning that there's a type of energy that today could solve the problem of oil. I explain my point of view, so it might help you to be understand. To my knowledge, and I spoke with a lot of, I'll get your answer after. To my knowledge, a lot of experts, they come with Father John. Okay, we have top of the scientists, mainstream scientists every year. They come in Montreal to talk about different aspects. One of them is Dr. Heimberg. He wrote a book, Party is Over, and he said, honestly, we have 25, maybe 30 years of oil reserve left in the world. We are already on the way down, okay? Now, I said, if that is the case, is there any alternative source of energy that could replace the oil? Because our society in the West and in the East, all over the world, is based upon oil. He said, even if you put the gas, what do you call it, gas and coal, tidal, solar, fusion, atomic, it gives maybe 4%, and this is a guy that teaches university, okay, of what we need today. Exponentially, we have billions of barrels of oil that today have been sucked out, okay? So even if you have today, he said, to put a similar alternative energy structure into place, it will take another 10 or 15 years. Supposedly we have a gross type of energy like oil that will replace oil. How did you distribute the way there's been oil distributed today? We don't have the infrastructure for it. And how do you create an infrastructure? It doesn't come overnight. Okay? So it's a very serious situation. Somebody used to mention many times. So what's the alternative? We have no alternative. I mean, probably someone has done the lock and key somewhere. Okay? And I spoke with Dr. Brian O'Leary, which was the astronaut that was supposed to go to the moon. To Mars, and he was broken mentally. They broke him. He's just coming back now. Okay, they took out. He had the MIT, he had Harvard. In PhD in astrophysics, all this stuff. He was a top one, and they broke him completely. And he's one of the least. Professor John Mack from Harvard. He did a study of abducted. He was killed in London at night over a London bridge, and he disappeared, accident, God knows. There are 123 that are accident or suicide or this, people that used to work with the government, but they criticize the government, and I'm not talking just USA, any government, and have been wiped out. Okay. Now, long story short, to my point of view, is unless we find truly a solution for the energy the consumption the world needs every day, we are not going to find any solution. So palliative. It goes here today, tomorrow is gone. Even permaculture, which I respect very much. How are you going to spread to 6 billion people to do permaculture? And some other places might be implemented, some other places cannot be implemented. But just to teach the people about permaculture or any other solution, how are you going to do it?
And that's sort of what I was saying, Swamiji, is that there are a lot, as you notice, there's many people who've been in the world working on issues who are connected to things. And to come in and just have everybody tell us all the problems, I think the problems have become obvious. You don't need an expert to tell you you've got an energy problem. You don't need experts to tell you you've got a poverty problem. You don't need experts to tell you you have a peace problem. You just read the papers and you know it. What you need, though, is to say, hey, what can we do? Whatever it is, whether it's our own little permaculture garden, whether it's our own volunteering, how we as a force of yoga can do to fix something. A little bit. Do where, Swamiji, you do what you can where you are.
I have a story, Shanti, about Swamiji. We stood on our head for an hour in front of the UN building. Everybody was entering. This is in God's hands. So just play your part. And in other words, are we really going to bring peace Well, we did our part.
And I think when you go...
Yeah, I understand.
And I guess my real thing is, if you do something that's active and involved, and that people will participate in, you will get more people to show up than you just have people to come to a lecture.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean,
centers,
right.
And the initiative is coming out of Morin here. Is it necessary, or how much is it necessary to coordinate with other centers for them to, kind of buy into the initiative? Because they might look at their TTCs as a resource for themselves also. Can I say something? Swami Vishnu has talked about for decades, and that was what the TWO was, the true world order. Teaching the people to teacher training, people like us coming to the ashram, knowing that everyone's not going to stay forever, we're going to go back in our life. I think that we're missing something here. I am sure that everyone here is doing something to help the whole entire world. Just when we finish our meditation in the morning, we're sending out peaceful, loving vibration. Everything that we do, we're trying to do with acts of kindness. It goes slow. There's not one grand panacea to change the entire world. Never has happened. It will not happen. But what we will do is change our own environment. Just like when we all got together, the tremendous amount of energy precipitated. This happened, and next Swami said it's growing and growing and growing. We don't necessarily have to be so, I've been so actively concerned about going out beating the bushes with activists, because the spiritual energy, the prana, the mindset energy that we send out is an impact and affecting more people than we could ever imagine by picketing or going out and doing things like this, because they're going to be limited, and the ambiance, of being able to pull all together, the logistics to it is beyond right now. We need to, as Hari said, a smaller focus is just when we gather the sun's energy with a magnifying glass. It'll catch fire. We don't need to spread out. What is happening right now with all these TTCs all over the world is a phenomenal number. These people are being impacted. They're learning a different way of life, a different way of making themselves strong, and they are going to spread this gradually and gradually as it goes on. I think it's in great hands now. But I agree with what you say. But what happens? We all can be activists, but in us, in our hearts, in our minds, in our pride, in our spirit, in our sadhana, the energy of our sadhana, that's all we have. And this is already going on right now at an unbelievable rate. It's just that we may be focusing too hard on the problem to see the big picture. I just want to say that I think that what the organization has done, even though I haven't been that close to it, but I can look around, you cannot have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people each year from all over the world going to various places, taking TTC, doing collective sadhana. They're all collective karmas coming together, and not think that this is a massive, major step in the world.
I just read to put that this morning the new Yoga Life came in. Thanks, Chandra. You know how many TTC we have every year? 44. 44 TTC the organization does worldwide every year. So that's an impact. That's an impact, you know. It's not just one TTC, it's July, August down here for 6 weeks. Okay? There are 44 between Europe and here and, you know, the United States, North America and Middle East and India. There's a lot of going on, and it's growing. Okay, so we just spoke this morning. Yesterday, there were people from Japan, and you can see the little baby this morning. She was there, Noriko, and she's not here now. Well, they want to have a TTC there too. Okay, so and the Japanese are ready for it. Okay, I'm going there in October for 10 days or something. But they're really hungry for this knowledge. And we are discussing already with Prahlad, so okay, we have a TTC in Japan, in Tokyo, or whatever, in Japan somewhere, not in Tokyo, but in Japan somewhere. Now, but I mean, to my point of view, she has a point, Shakti. The point is to give them an inspiration, okay, to give a direction. That's very important, because we have a certain amount of energy now. Of course, we should continue to do what we have been doing so far. Meaning, in our own capacity and environment, to keep doing what we have been doing. That's very important. In other words, to set an example through yoga practice, and that's the best way we can do. Okay? But also, as a group who wants to help society, we should probably have a kind of a theme or a mission statement, so to put it another way. Okay? Now, and I spoke with Father John. What John said, what was the idea that came out yesterday about these things? Yoga and?
Preaching of the future.
Yoga, science, and future.
Yoga, science, and future. I know. The idea is you have to have, somebody say, have a slogan into which you can give direction and everybody can bring it home and work on that direction. In other words, to have a cohesion to the group, like an orchestra director, and everybody has to play his own piece, but go in one direction. So that was the idea of bringing all the people together, meaning that all of us, we have to continue playing our own role as we've been doing so far, okay? But since you have a number of people, to give them a direction, to play an harmony, to play a piece of music, okay? So that's what I think, in my knowledge, what we could do. Yes? We have one problem. Okay. Nobody is Swami Vishnu. At least, nobody is Swami Vishnu,
no,
at least.
No, but we have his idea. We have his idea, and we have his experience. We each have his sensibility of it. And it's that sensibility, the part of him that lives in us, is our memory, you know. And I think that's one beautiful thing about, you know, the elders here, if you will, people who've been around for a while and have taken this as a way of life.
Yeah.
We're repositories of this experience as well.
Absolutely, yes.
And it can be reflected back into the organization. I mean, I had conversations with people who were younger than me here, who didn't know Swamiji, and they were wonderful to talk, because they only know Swamiji through reading about him, you know. And so for us to kind of flesh out our experiences, it's exciting for them. It's also good for us to get reinvigorated. So it's a wonderful possibility for exchange. And I'm not sure, even if it's just showing up on a regular basis and being here to exchange within ourselves, amongst ourselves, and with the younger people, it is a good thing. So
Well, that's part of it. You want a photo or you want to talk? I think that just being here, all of us, and renew ourselves, that itself, it's a good sign. We renew, actually, physically, mentally, all level ourselves. So we have a clear direction in our own mind. That's already, for me, is a gigantic step forward. I mean, 5-10 years ago, I couldn't even think on that direction, because probably we were busy doing, you know, consolidating ourselves. But now I think consolidation is done. So now is the time to grow. I again still have no ideas, clear ideas, okay? I have a general idea, but I have no clear idea. You stay here, Saraswati, too, okay, for a while. He's here. Because we need you eventually, okay? Sit with us.
Give us your knowledge.
Yeah, that's, as I always said, 10 heads thinks better than one head, okay? Yeah.
I think that by the time next summer rolls around, everyone will have a book this big of ideas and some directions, so it's going to give us a good idea of some things to consider and to look at. But one thing I just want to do while we're right here, I want to get everyone to promise to make a vow to get here next summer and to spread the word as many people as possible. How many people are going to help us with this? Yeah, because this is magnificent. And this energy here, and bring your ideas. Because right now, we can't formulate ideas for things that's going to come. Because we're going to learn more every single day. But I want everyone to really just promise me, and some people know me, I'll come after you. I'm okay with y'all, but I want people to make a commitment to get here, spread the word, because this is a magnificent family.
Well, probably, you know, either Shakti or Padmavati here at the HQ, what we can do, send your own ideas and suggestions, and then we see them through and spread it also among yourself, okay? And then 1 or 2 ideas that can be practical and efficient, because we can't change the world overnight. First of all, we can change ourselves. So I had an idea. It just came to my mind. This is the first yogi parliament. It just came to my mind.
This is the second annual, right now.
But what you should do, if I suggest, put your ideas and send it to Shakti Warwick or to the HQ and see if something comes concrete. Also, it also another fact important, depends actually where the world is going to go. You know, North America is going through a searching phase right now with Obama. Okay, let's say Obama represents an idea. Where is he going? We can go on the same railway track, so to speak. He's going in the right direction, which is where we want to go. It's going to be a different direction. It seems to me right now, it's not crystallized again. Which way is, he has an idea, but how much can he go? We'll see. Also, another important factor, I realize more and more, today is a question of two masses of energy. One very negative, one very positive. These two, they are fighting at higher level, of which we are not aware of. And the stronger mass of energy will win. Remember, somebody used to put it, the Asuras and the Devas. It still goes on right now, nothing new. Okay? So sometimes the Asura wins, sometimes the Devas win. Okay? So when there's a conflagration of these two energy, the strong is going to survive. And the negative is going to be shattered for a certain amount of time, and slowly will take energy and start all over again. So we are getting to this point now. So we are doing, so to speak, what Swamiji indicated to us, to create a mass of positive energy that could help to overcome the negativity. So the real battle is up there, not here. That's why we don't have clear ideas. I think the real battle now is energy, a very high level, positive and negative, and eventually, very soon, in the next few years, they're going to conflagate. And whoever the strong is going to survive, that's the law, good or bad. Okay? That's why Swamiji say, I'm here to elevate the vibratory level of mankind. Meaning that unless mankind comes to a certain level and a certain mass of inertia, that it be strong enough to offset the negativity of the world right now. And that's for that, I have no concrete ideas. That's how I see the problem myself. So I don't know what to say, guys.
Goodbye.
Huh?
Goodbye.
I don't like goodbye. Let's say we continue, even though physically you're not present. But anybody can hear me?
What?
What did you say?
Hearing is not working.
You're fine. Thank you. Okay, so I don't have much to say. I'm very happy anyway, as I can say, that everybody came, I mean, that you came. This is my personal level. And for the organization, as mentioned yesterday, is thanks to your own effort of the past that you did, that today we are what we are. We flourished because the foundation was good. And you are the foundations, okay? So, and these are the fruits, some part of the fruits, okay? On a personal level, again, I feel, I can only speak for me, of course I cannot speak for Swami Vishnu. We think that we are growing tremendously, that we achieve a stage now of a beginning of a growth. For many years, after Swamiji left us, it was a question of survival, okay? How to keep it together. That period is over. There was a period of somehow consolidation. I think that is over. And now I think is a period of growth. How far, how much, that only Swami Vishnu can tell. Okay? But I feel it's coming quite a bit. And also I feel, again, mind you, I'm talking only on my personal point of view, okay, that the organization played is playing, and probably shall play, a very important role for the world. Okay? Many a times, I remember since 1969, when we had the Swami Chidananda come in, and Swami Venkateshananda, Swami Premananda, so many other Sahajananda from South Africa. Some of them are still in that house there. Swami Chidananda was still in the house of registration, which burned out at that time. We asked them, why so many Swamis of India coming here? Why Morin? And why Swami Vishnu? Okay? Well, the reason was that the West needs some inspiration, put it that way, awareness, a truly spiritual consciousness, and I believe that Swami Sivananda and the other masters of the East sent their own disciples here to help us out to overcome a very difficult junctions into which humanity is finding ourselves today. As we are now, and as again my personal feeling, that our structure, doesn't matter where, is totally, completely rotten, it's gone. Okay? The academy is gone, judiciary is gone, government is gone, religions, most of them are gone, and there's nothing left. Okay? But to offset these, spirituality is coming, true spirituality is coming back. And you, or some of the work of Swami Vishnu, and the other great yogis that came to the West. So obviously, I asked yourself, why yoga now, in 2012, or 1968 when Swamiji came? Why not before? Because after all, yoga has been here for thousands of years, so why the yogi did not bother to come to the West at all, including Europe, which is closer to the East? Well, probably they felt there was no need. But the need is now. And that's why they did, and probably shall do what they have to do. Okay? And the West being, so to speak, on the edge of leading societies, for good or for bad anyway, needs a direction that today is missing. Okay? I'm not saying among us, but among the governments. Okay? They're becoming more materialistic oriented, and there's no solution there. You solve one problem, you create 10 problems. You solve 10 problems, you got 100 problems. Okay? I mean, I love and respect Obama. I felt like a new, fresh, breath air coming out, okay, after Kennedy. But how much can he do? Okay? And then, if he goes, supposedly he stay for 2 terms. When he goes back, another Bush coming out of the wood, and he puts it down in no time. This Bush did it with the previous. Clinton, in spite of his own, in his own shortcoming, which probably I think they were specially made, he was the only president that delivered more goods than any other president historically of the United States. Okay, and probably what saved his life was the little problems that we had. Okay, I think that was officially and sanctioned to save his life. Okay, now this guy, Bush came and knocked everything down. Okay, and now Obama has to try to create a golden eggs. If the golden eggs are coming, and probably at the end of the terms we'll know, then someone will come and knock at the door and say, are you going to share the golden eggs with us or not? If he doesn't, it's going to be another Kennedy that's coming on the way. Okay? Let's hope that in between he'll find out a new drastic situation, which could be man-made, it could be through nature. At that time, if he jumps into the wagon, and that's again my feeling I'm talking about, okay? Then we might have a real chance to change the world for a better way. If he doesn't jump to the wagon and goes back to the old ways, well, that's it. Nothing is going to change. You can only have some, temporary and superficial changes, but nothing really serious that can change the structure of society today. In Gangotri, okay? In Gangotri years ago, nobody was here. Today, Gangotri is becoming a small village, small township. Why? Swami Vishnu went up, few Mahatmas went up. So what happens is, I go there to have a darshan, because there is a saint, a real saint. But I want to stay with him all the time. So what do? I built up a hut or a shack. Another person comes, in no time, you have a township. That's how the township came around. Okay? I can see the ashram in Nayardam. When I first came, honest to God, I was the first white person there, and it was my desperation for years. They used to come and poke my finger to feel how I feel a white skin. If I went even to the bathroom, they used to be open up. So how do you do it? Okay. If I went to a township in Katagara with a jeep, honest to God, within 10 minutes, about 20, 30 people all around me to see me, what it looked like. Okay. So the ashram has an impact, and slowly the village is going around us. But also the danger realized that people with drugs and people with all sort of things are coming around. And it was a real fight, and still a fight in Nayardam, to keep these people away, to keep the atmosphere pure. And we built houses, we built temple, we built nursery school, we built so many things for them. But also the tendency is that everybody wants to come around, good and bad. If a Mahatma is there, if the ashram behaves properly, things will grow, okay? And that's the reason why Swamiji built up Sama, in case we've forgotten about it. Okay, it's still there, and it's still slowly growing, but it's still there. So that this possibility is there. But generally that happens when the real sage is there, because everybody wants to have the darshan. Darshan means the blessings. So you're going to see him, but then you want to stay with him, so you built up a house. In no time you have a city. That's Rishikesh. Okay? Well, my problem has, again, on a personal level, is trying to read Swami Vishnu agenda, because always I try to read his agenda. Sometimes he let me know, for the time being, he didn't tell me anything. So, but as soon as I can figure it out, and generally I feel that that's what he wants, then I'll let you know. But I'm trying to sort things out, and also as part of this discussion now, to subconsciously sort things out, and then his message will come across. When it comes across, then we know that that's the thing that wants to be done. Because as I said before, why did it not happen, 5 or 3 or 2 years ago? Well, somewhere, had an idea. Okay, it sounds good. We are ready for it. Let's do it. Obviously, who put the idea on that particular person, it comes from him. Okay, why? Now that's his agenda. So he let us know what's in the agenda. Once we have that, then we'll be more successful. Okay? Yes, John.
Since this meeting, not only for hosting this get-together and extending the resources of the place, but for really coming from the heart and with the staff to try to make this, that you gave it some thought and some structure, and you really gave it a lot of your time and energy, and I really want to thank you.
All right. It's, if I have achieved anything, it's because of Swami Sivananda and Swami Vishnu. Just for them. I cannot, and I shall not ever say because of me. Okay? If I'm half of a jerk today, it's because of Swami Sivananda and Swami Vishnu. Okay? That's all. Yeah.
When we end, can we end with a short meditation and saying Shanti mantra?
Yeah. Sure.
On a practical level, I'm suggesting $108 a month. Send it for a fund to get this thing going financially.
That would be good. It would be helpful. Going to need a little bit of a help,
yes.
staff-wise.
$25.
The crystal, the crystal night or the crystal whatever. It was kind of a job. Get the book. Please come up. Oh, the new Yoga Life for everybody. Yoga Life just came today, last issue. Yeah. So think about it, okay? Someone wants to come earlier, whatever time you want to put into it, you're welcome to do it, okay? But remember,
older than me are here, and many people who are spending time with Swamiji. And me and Saraswati, we had very little time to spend with Swamiji, like 8 or 9 years, that's all. And we had Swamiji's blessings and we saw Swamiji's way of working. And I have been through last 3 days, like hearing there and here, and from Swamiji also yesterday when I was driving, there was something it is said that what are we doing now? Okay, I just want to conclude it with humble request to everyone that just to tell about EBM and Mahadevananda, they are sitting in the meditation every day, morning and evening, on a daily basis. Probably Swamiji is doing for the 40 years, and that's a guidance for us. And Swamiji is not there anymore, Swami Vishnu is not there anymore. And these are the leaders that are leading us, and whatever the impact we are making, we are doing it from the house that Swamiji created. We are not trying to go outside and do something. Maybe that's not something that Swami Vishnu did not see the vision. But to maintain the house that Swamiji created, we need every one of your help. At any stage, if you want to come and pull in, and this house has many branches now, and this house needs to be maintained. And I see a lot of inspiration by watching you. And if any one of you, if you are in retirement and if you want to come back and serve that, and Swamiji just opened his heart, and this is the humbleness that I see working with him all these years. He is there morning and evening satsang for 40 years. I don't think it's possible for any other teacher. That itself is imparting all the knowledge to people, and that's an impact. That's a daily work. I don't think it's normally possible for anyone. And if some of you wanted to join into this, keeping this housekeeping work, and that will be really helpful. Okay. So we have the dates 12 to 14, and Swamiji is giving the instructions to us on how to organize. And we will put all our effort. And if anyone of you have the ideas, please send us the email. We just create a new email address. It's called reunion@sivananda.org. So all the mails can be sent. So we moderate from there instead of just sending it here and there. So thank you very much for being here.
Thank you. So you want to go with the Shanti mantra? Everybody remembers it, or? Huh? It's a silent meditation, so we can reconnect to Swami Vishnu, and then we'll have the Shanti mantra. Huh? Is it okay? Shanti mantra. Om Sham No Midra Sham Varuna Sham No Pavatoriama Sham Na Indro Brihaspati Sham No Vishnu Rukrama Namo Brahmani Namaste Vayo Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahmasi Tvameva Pratyaksham Brahma Vedishyami Ritam Vedishyami Satyam Vedishyami Dhamma Mavatu Tadvaktaram Avatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti 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 Om Sana Bhavavatu Sana Bhunaktu Saviryam Karavavai Tejasvinavati Tamastu Mavidvishavavai Om Shanti 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 Om Apyayantu Mamangani Vakprana Chakshusrodram Ato Bala Indriyani Cha Sarvani Sarvam Brahma Upanisham Maham Brahma Nirakuryam Mama Brahma Nirakarot Anirakamanasthu Anirakaraname Astu Tadatmani Nirate Ya Upanishadsu Dharma Om Shanti 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 Om Bhadram Karnebi Shunuyama Deva Bhadram Pashe Makshabhirishdratra Sthirairangai Sastuvayun Sastanobi Yeshema devaitam yadayo swasti na indro vridashrava swasti na pusha swasti nastakshu arishtanemi swasti no brihaspati dadatu Om Shanti 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 Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalanyana-murte Dunvadidam Gaganasujasham Tattvamasya Dileksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvari Sakshi Buddham Bhavadidam Trigunarakhiram Satgurum Tam Namami Chaitanyam Sashwaram Shantam Nirakaram Niranjanam Nadavindukaladidam Tasmai Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurum militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Dhyana-mulam gurur-murti Puja-mulam gurur-padam Mantra-mulam gurur-vakyam Moksha-mulam gurur-kripa Om Namah Shivaya Gurave Satchidananda Muktaye Nishprapanchaya Shamtaya Shri Sivananda Shri Vishnu-devananda Te Namah Mata Ja Parvati Devi Pita Devo Maheshwara Bandhava Shiva Bhaktasya Svaresho Bonam Trayam Nama Parvati Pataye Hararade Om Shanti Sarvatasadike Sharanye Triyambake Gauri Narayani Namoste Narayani Namoste Om Shanti 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 Om Peace, peace, peace. Hari Om. Tat Sat.
Guru Sivananda Maharaj Ki.
Jai.
Guru Vishnu-devananda Maharaj Ki.
Jai.
Sri Swami Mahadev, thank you so much. Maharaj Ki.
Can I ask a favor? Can I ask if we could do...
Om Trayambakam Yajamhe Srivantim Pushtivartanam You can. You start with the Sprouts in New York, okay? Pizza parlor. Here, and it doesn't work. It doesn't. I better split it, eh? Thank you. Yes, some prasadi, okay, from Ram and Birdie from Toronto. Okay, open up a gas station and open up a pizza parlor, open up a Sprout. It never worked out. Because also us, we get fed up. We have the idea, we have the inspiration. The point is, for how long?
Okay, yeah.
To do it. If I want to make some money, and I tell you, what we are doing now is coming pretty good. You know, financially, you know, we are stable, so to speak, okay? Not only that, we are growing, especially in India, it's growing tremendously, even financially, because, you know, we have a lot of people, and due to the exchange, that's the advantage that we have. $1 is 45 rupees, and 45 rupees you can have a meal, a princely meal, if you are vegetarian, okay? So that, you know, you have $100,000, how many rupees, $100,000? 4 lakhs. $100,000 and more. $100,000. How many lakhs?
4,500,000.
Yeah, you can have a building. You can have a building. You can have a gigantic building.
That's life in the ashram. I mean,
Where the honey is, the bees will come. Yeah. Now the question is, what kind of lifestyle you want? If you have a simple lifestyle, the teaching somehow will support you. If you want a rich lifestyle, then of course they will not support you. Okay? But generally speaking, those people that really put themselves into it, and I think is, okay, what happens is most of the time, without knowing, they disconnect themselves from Swami Vishnu. They disconnect themselves from the spirituality. So only have your own energy. Your own energy is very limited. But when you stay close to them, it doesn't matter who you are, where you are in the world, your energy will be there. And that's the energy that makes you omar your own enterprise. The moment you start to think, okay, I'm making because of money and money alone, Swami Vishnu cuts you off. Cuts you off, you're on your own. On your own, you have limited energy to operate. So the secret is, and there was Swami Vishnu was an example for us, that whatever he did it, for whom? For Swami Sivananda. Everything he did for Swami Sivananda. Why? Because that's the energy. You cut yourself from it, you're finished. You're not Jack, Dick, and Dick and Harry from the street. So how much energy do we have? But if I'm stay connected with them, hey, that energy can change the world. Okay? Yeah.
That thing, that is our thing for coming together.
Okay, or whatever, call it whatever, to be here. Okay? To have connection with a very infinite energy, called it Swami Sivananda, Swami Vishnu. Personal level, I don't perceive Swami Vishnu like that or like that. In my own mind, I don't perceive him that way anymore. Something far higher than that. Still, sometimes I remember it's scolded. I mean, probably I might have a record of being scolded by Swami Vishnu more than anybody else, so to speak. I'm sure everybody had his own share, her or his own share. Okay? But there's no Swami Vishnu that I connect to, not anymore. Okay? It's not the same Swami Vishnu, okay? At least for me. But the thing is through that energy, the more you connect with that energy, the more you get things done, the more inspiration comes, the more things move. The moment you disconnect yourself, that's it. It's not the same thing. Okay, so with that, matter of fact, now what we do, we have a beautiful CD of Swami Sivananda that he talks to some aspirants in Rishikesh. Okay, and every time there is a graduation, like tonight, we'll put it on. You'll hear it if you're still here. Swami Sivananda tells you, basically, remain connected. That's it. Okay. And we tell them, please be connected. But, you know, there are different karmas to work out. There are different social, personal lifestyle, position, responsibility, etc. So some of them keep connected, some of them don't. And those who connect more, they have more success. From a yogi point of view. Even also from business-wise. If you stay connected with them, because for them or for God, whether you're a sannyasi or a jack down the street, there's no difference. We are the same Atma, the same spirit. And we stand the same chance. What we can do as a yogi in the ashram, in order to keep our ego down, that we try to live in the best possible positive environments to get there, but there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee that me or you gets there first, or any householder throughout the world. Provided you connect with this energy. Whether you're married or not married, you could be anybody. As long as you stay connected with this energy, that's the main thing. Okay? In ashram, we try to create an environment for it. But there's no guarantee, otherwise everybody will be a saint. Okay? So we try to create the best possible circumstances within our own control to get closer to God. But that doesn't mean that God says, yes, you're a nice guy because you're an ashram, you're a sannyasi, you're not, so I'll take, no. There's no guarantee. So as long as people remain connected, long story short, that's the most important thing. Okay? And then even financially, things will move for you. Anybody else, as long as you remain connected with that source. Okay? Yeah?
And you guys said it before I could get it out of my mouth. This history is full of good intentions. We hear the word of God, and the ego grabs it and wants to go out and change the world. And I say, I keep hearing this message, watch the ego, beware the Maya. And the ego always wants gratification. But as you said it so beautifully, if Master stays close, and you stay in that bliss, he sends you in places quietly. And the example that his presence works through you, you're sometimes the last person to know all the souls you touch.
Yeah.
Here we are, 44 TTCs, how many thousands, you ever seen It's a Wonderful Life, you know? How many thousands of souls have we touched? Guru sends you to the prisons. He sends you to the hospitals. He sends you to the cancer clinics. He sends you to the Christian churches. He sends you all over these places so quietly, very quietly, as an example, you raise, as you so beautifully reminded me, the vibratory rate. And these souls they come to Guru, just like we've all come to Guru. No one had to go sell me. But this passion woke. I felt Guru's umbrella. And Bharat Bhatter said, go learn. And he sent me. And just like all of you have come the same way. Don't lose that message. The ego always wants to feel like we're doing something important, something good. Serve Master, serve God, serve Guru. Guess what? Like these two flowers will come. And guess what? They tell. They can smell the gold. They can smell it. They can tell when you give them the cell. But when you're honest and you come from your heart and you work on yourself with doing nothing, you've done everything.
I think to take it out more, thank you very much. Thank you. To our advantage today, that there is truly, through my experience, an awakening among people from the unexpected quarters of society that want to practice yoga. They want to practice some spirituality. They say, hey, we want to do something here. They don't know exactly what. They say, I'm here, I don't know why I have to be here, but I have to be here. They sense that there is something there in yoga, and in the energy of Swami Sivananda and Swami Vishnu that can help them out.
I call it secular yoga. There's a big, huge fad of narcissist yoga going out to all the fitness centers and everything. Okay. You never think, go as a student and be nobody. Guru sends me to yoga classes to be nobody. I don't show off, don't let them know I can do anything, and I do whatever the teacher does, even if it's to rock and roll. And what I do is, I go and I talk to the teacher, and I try not, I really hard to keep that teacher's ego in check. And I talk to the teacher and want to know how they got into yoga, where they learned, where they taught. Don't judge, don't say a word. And then slip them master's book. Slip them Swami Vishnu book. And say, you know, hey, when you get a chance, this is a good thing to steal, because they're into stealing like ideas from all different teachers. Titles. And every now and then you'll find that yogi or yogini who catches it. So there's this massive fertile ground of yoga, secular yoga as I call it. Go out there, check in anonymously, take some classes. It's really good to keep the ego in check that way. And go slip them, just a word. They're tuned in enough, they pick up your vibration. They know there's something different about you. They can tell. And then you just say one or two things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yes. That's wonderful.
It's like, it's kind of hard to follow up on that. But I think that all of this is really not a coincidence. I mean, it's a word of incidents. And I mean, there is a divine plan working through here. And Swami Maha and whoever put us together is just a messenger. So we're following this divine plan. It's what we need to be doing for humanity. It's what we need to be doing for the spiritual world. So don't worry about, what we're going to be doing next after this gathering. Let us work together only on putting that gathering, making it possible for not just us participating, but who else are we going to bring? How many are we going to bring? And that can be a real commitment. And also, I would like to just offer one idea about connecting with the other centers, because I think it will be important that some people will either not have the resources nor the time available to come and join us physically. But it may be possible that they connect with us by dedicating 1 to 3 days to similar activities in the centers, whatever the centers are, so that we're actually connecting around the world.
Well, probably if you come to that, to film it and then put it to the internet so that people cannot come directly here, they can check it out through the email or whatever, or internet, whatever. So at least some of the top...
We could stream it live.
Huh?
We could stream it live.
Yeah, something like that.
That people could
Yeah,
send email and
yeah.
participate live,
Yeah.
not just look at it after.
Yeah, Pamavati, that could be another good thing. What you said, again, it says how much, how far did you go? So next year, with the TTC, if there's a reunion, they will have a better idea. Yeah, you know, there's a newspaper out, there's this happening, this happening, this happening, this happening. Oh, so something is happening. Far and beyond our own awareness, okay? But in between, if people have idea how to better organize, to give a direction, to give an inspiration, but it has to be very simple. You need, if you spread too many things, you lose concentration. There has to be one idea. Okay, then everybody focus. But if you have 2, 3, 4, 5, it's not so good. So, okay, naturally, as he said, we had to develop everybody's talent. There was the idea of Swami Sivananda, was the idea of Swami Vishnu. Whatever talent we have has to be brought to the maximum, so to speak. And that was the idea, and I agree 100%. If I can, I do with my stuff whenever I can. Okay, but we had to have one direction because otherwise we lose concentration. Okay, if you want to be effective at this stage. Okay, so. And now we throw the ideas, let's see what comes out. Okay, if you guys talk to each other through the web.
So it was his own ashram.
Now, Rishikesh, traditionally, Rishikesh means the place where the Rishi lives. Okay, next to the ashram. I found out years ago, I don't know how many people have been to the Madras Cafe outside the ashram, DLS. There is a cafe called Madras Cafe.
So it was like a village.
Now, next to it, further down, they say the place where the Saptaha Rishi used to meditate. Now, the Saptaha Rishi are talking about before the Golden Age. Okay, so Rishikesh has been there since God knows how long. But it's with Swami Sivananda and then also Anandamai Moy that it really brought Rishikesh on the map. Okay, it was not the I mean, and the Beatles came with TM, etc., etc. Now, and that's Swami Rajeshwananda makes me laugh, you know. Swami Sivananda in his own reading in the Shivananda Upanishads, come to Rishikesh, peace and quiet. Say, Maya, as you go to Rishikesh now on the bazaar, you go nuts. The noise that there is there, the loudspeaker, the traffic. I mean, even in front of the ashram in Rishikesh now, oh my God, it's crazy. You can, you know, to cross the road there is crazy now. Okay, meaning it's township. It's not the condition. To the very next to the ashram, I was told, beside Madhavananda, there was a tigers and elephant. Now they're full of auto rickshaw. Okay, so it's not Rishikesh used to be a time in Swami Sivananda, but it has been there since time immemorial.
So it became a city.
In winter time, instead of going to the Bahamas, they go to Rishikesh, to Dwarka. There's a lot of very expensive condominiums coming up. Really beautiful condominiums, okay? So that people can stay 6 months here and 6 months there. That's Rishikesh or Haridwar, same story. Okay.